Hi everybody, welcome to Higher Level Living. I'm Carolyn Lucky Girl Sykes. This is my weekly video blog, and today on the first video blog we are going to be talking about one of the most commonly asked questions which I get asked, and that is about sleep. So when I ask people if there was one superpower that they could have, a lot of the time the response I get is, if I could have one superpower, it would be to sleep anywhere. So I'm going to be addressing this problem from the concept of energy. Okay, so the concept that everything is energy, and that the solution to any problem lies in readdressing the imbalance in energy, the energy behind the seeming problem. It says in A Course in Miracles, you think you have so many problems when you really only have one. So when we can get to the root cause of a problem, we often find that it's coming from a lack of consciousness or from a block or imbalance of energy behind the seeming physical manifestation of the problem. So why do so many people have trouble sleeping in this Western society and the modern world? Stress is at an all-time high. In Chinese medicine, the Eastern wisdom teaches about the balance between yin and yang. These are masculine and feminine energies. The masculine yang energy is like the daytime, light, sun. It's warm, it's doing, and it's bright. And the yin energy is like the nighttime. It's feminine, it's receptive, more like the ocean as opposed to the sun. So we need a balance between these two energies within our own system and our own psyche. And in the Western society, like I said, stress is at an all-time high. We have a tendency to be more in our yang energy and less often in that balance of yin receptive energy. So we're yang, we're on the go constantly, we're doing, thinking, and we're using up a lot of heat. We're creating a lot of heat in our systems, and heat rises. So when the heat in our system rises, it rises into our heads, which perpetuates even more thinking, which is why a lot of people who come to my meditation classes often tell me that they have very difficulty still in their mind, is because there's too much heat in the head, which is actually exacerbating more and more of this thinking and trying to solve problems by thinking our way out of them. So when a problem exists on an energetic level, we can't think our way out of the problem. We need to address the energy imbalance behind the problem. So the energy imbalance that I propose to you is common in sleep problems, is that we are too in our yang energy and we need to get more yin. We need to become more yin, we need to engage in more yin activities, and we just need to slow down. But energetically in the system, the yin energy is very much like water. So if there's too much heat in the system, we need to cool some of that heat down. And one of the ways in which we do this is by obviously drinking more water. So we can get into this perpetual cycle where we feel tired, we haven't maybe slept very well, and then the alarm goes off in the morning and we can't get up. So we instantly reach for the caffeine. So my advice to you is to hydrate rather than caffeinate. I think 1 cup of coffee early in the morning won't do you too much harm, but when you're relying on coffee to get you through the day, the later it is that you're drinking the caffeine, the more chances are that you're not going to be able to sleep when you go to bed at night, because that caffeine is a stimulant. It's also another energetically heating product, so it creates even more of this heat in the system that we want to cool down and redirect away from the head so that we can get a good night's sleep. So my top tip for during your daytime activities, if you want to get a better night's sleep, hydrate rather than caffeinate. And then just before you go to bed, it's really advisable to do something which helps you and your mind to wind down from the day. So I went to one of Marianne Williamson's many talks in London, and she talked about the importance of having what she calls goddess time. So we come home from work, we may have been a leader in our work, and that means that we're very much in our yang masculine energy. And so we need at least half an hour of this goddess time so that we can switch from the yang to the yin mode. So she suggested taking a long bath, candlelit, maybe playing some soft music, doing some very important meditation. Again, like I said, a lot of people come to my meditation classes and tell me that they just can't meditate. They just can't slow their mind down. So rather than trying to think our way out of that, I would suggest, in order to help redirect some of this heat and energy away from the head, to really get grounded in our physical body. So I would suggest doing some light, holistic exercise, something like some Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, even just putting your favorite song on YouTube, dancing like crazy for 5 minutes, just getting your chi, your life force energy that's been quite stagnated throughout the day, and get that chi moving, and then sink your mind down into your feet. Your energy follows your mind. So spend some time grounding into your feet, really feeling the ground beneath you, and then try and sit in stillness. That is the best time to try and sit in stillness, is after some form of exercise. So sitting in some stillness before we go to sleep, or even just when we come home from work and need to switch from yang to yin mode. Reading some high metaphysical text before we go to sleep actually changes our brainwave pattern, so that when we do sleep, we get a much deeper quality sleep and much more pleasant dreams. So we feel more rested in the morning. How do we know if what we're reading is higher than normal thinking? Vibrationally, we can do a kinesiology muscle test where we can hold the book or the material that we're reading and ask somebody to press down on our outstretched arm. If the arm goes down, the body goes weak. That means that the material that you're reading is not necessarily energetically positive for you. If the arm stays strong, then yes, what you're reading is something that will elevate your vibration, readjust your brainwave pattern, and put you into a more conducive state for a deeper, more restful sleep. And also not having bright screens on at least an hour before bedtime, and definitely not in the bedroom. So not having our laptops, not having our mobile phones in the bedroom at night, trying to induce that complete darkness state. So the yin is, when you look at the yin and yang symbol, the yin is the black, and that is the nighttime, the receptive, the resting, healing mode, whereas the yang is bright white. So as soon as we start to experience the sun rising in the morning, the sunlight comes into the room and then it naturally wakes us up. So if there's any light in the room when you're trying to sleep, it is going to confuse your pituitary gland and your perception of whether it's day or nighttime. So those are my top tips for getting a better night's sleep. Hydrate rather than caffeinate. Take some goddess time. Meditate. Get grounded in your body. Read some higher calibrating material before bedtime. And my final tip is actually a magnetic sleep system, which is a complete new concept offered by the company that I work for, Nikon. Their complete range of health solutions is on the health solutions page. It's a magnetic sleep system, mattress topper, pillow, and quilt, which is akin to sleeping in a Reiki cloud. So it's like being connected to the Earth's magnetic field, being detoxed of all of the heavy energy and negative maybe thoughts or energies that you've picked up throughout your busy, stressful day. You know, we take a shower to clean the body, but without meditation or some form of energy work, how do we shower our minds? How do we renew our minds and shower from the negativity of the day before? So these magnetic wellness products are one way of helping you to manage your own energy so that you can ground and cleanse your energy field much easier. So if you want to know any more on the sleep system, the Quilt of which has a technology which is called far infrared. It's something you don't need to understand. It works whether you understand it or not. It regulates your temperature throughout the night. So if you're too hot, it'll cool you down. If you're too cold, it'll warm you up. If you're sleeping with someone who's hot and you're cold, it will cool them and warm you, and vice versa. So for more information on that amazing product, head over to the Health Solutions page. For any further information, don't hesitate to get in contact, and please leave comments in the blog below so that I can get your feedback on these suggestions and let me know what else is going on for you so I can address it in the weeks to come. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.